I honestly thought that I was going to retire after Newcastle, then West Brom. I thought maybe it's time to retire. So I took I do what most people do when they're going to retire. You know, you take it easy and walk the dog and do this, that, and the other, and go on holiday. And I did all of it for about 18 months, and decided that I wasn't quite ready for retirement. So I was one or two clubs, and early on after West Brom had been in touch, but I just so the phone call came from David Downs, the technical director here, sporting director. And before I knew it, I was going to see the owner. Once I'd met the owner of Blackpool and his ambition to want to take the club into the championship, then I thought, why not? Why not have a crack? It's where I started in my managerial, in my football career was in Division One back in the day in Gillingham. So I've given it a crack and thoroughly enjoyed it. We're a little bit short of where we want to be. You know, the aim was the playoffs, and yeah, a bit disappointed with that.
And Steve, in terms of the level of competition in League One, has it surprised you in a way in terms of the quality? Did you expect it to be a step maybe less down in terms of the championship?
But this level, even this level, look, Birmingham have blew everybody out the water of what they've managed to do. They're a thoroughly good side, far too good. When you're winning and you've got what 108 points with a game to spare, I think they've won it by probably 20 points, haven't they? Maybe 30 points from the team who are in third. So quite incredible achievement. Wrexham have been there or thereabouts and spent obviously wisely, and but had the ability to spend. So I could give you Charlton, Huddersfield, Bolton, Wickham, even, and ourselves all competing for the top prizes. So it's been a very competitive league, and been very strong in that respect.
Yeah, and I suppose, Steve, in terms of Blackpool, you have an awful lot of attacking flair in terms of Ashley Fletcher, Niall Innes, Ireland's own CJ Hamilton as well. Is it a squad that you're happy to maybe keep and hold on to, and maybe just add extra pieces in terms of going forward? Is depth
Well,
really the thing
yeah, I
that
mean,
maybe cost you?
we have been very good going forward. I think since Christmas, I think there's only probably Leeds United scored more goals than us in in terms of goals, but unfortunately we've conceded too many. So we haven't got that balance quite right. As you say, by going forward, we've got the nucleus of a very decent squad. However, we've got 4 or 5 players who are on loan, for example, which we have to have and respectable for that club and respect them to be like, what they're doing next year and this, that, and the other. So it's difficult. Everybody likes it to be done in pre-season if we could, but I think we're going to have to be patient because, as I said, we've got 5 players and we have to respect the clubs they play for.
Yeah, and I suppose, Steve, the run of fixtures towards the end, a nightmare sort of scenario. The last 3 games, Wigan, Wrexham, Birmingham, two of the promoted teams. You're right in the playoff picture. Is it just the fixtures didn't really fall your way towards the end of the season?
Uh, I don't think so. When we give ourselves a chance, we give ourselves a chance. About 5 6 weeks ago, we beat Reading and we beat Bolton, and unfortunately it went to Rotherham and didn't get the result we all would have liked. So we've fell a little bit short. There's been a hell of a lot of change, new manager, change of shape completely, change of style, blah blah blah. We've got to try and mount a challenge next year, which can sustain it. And we've always just been trying to knock on the door, but never really in there.
I suppose that's the thing about League One. There's always big clubs moving out of there up to championship, but there's always big clubs coming down as well. And we have Cardiff City coming down next year, and either one of Hull or Derby are coming down, and they're big clubs in their own
Hull
right.
of Derby and Plymouth in there too. So yeah, I mean, Cardiff not so long ago in the Premier League. It just shows you, of how strange football can be. I know Division One is going to be extremely competitive next year again, as it has been this one. We haven't been quite good enough to get in where we want to get to. So let's hope next year can be what we're looking for.
And Steve, I got to ask you here from an Ireland perspective. I know Alex, your son, played for Ireland twice and sort of. Was there ever an opportunity where Steve Bruce considered
Oh,
himself playing for
I
Republic
think
of
I've
Ireland?
told the story many, many times, Pat, that Jack Charlton, the great Jack Charlton, rang me in '94 before USA, and I was 34 then and captain of Man United. And Big Jack rang me in his own way and said, I hear your mum's Irish. Why haven't you told me before? And would you like to come to the World Cup? And what do you think?" And I'm struggling a little bit defensively with the squad. What do you think? It would be great. And I jumped at the chance and thought that would be fantastic. Anyway, of course, it would have clarified me as a foreign player. And when Sir Alex got a hold of that and got wind of it, he nipped it in the bud very, very quickly, unfortunately. However, I did go to watch in USA '94. I remember that memorable time in New York when they beat Italy 1-0 and then went down to play Mexico down in Florida, where every Irishman baked under the sun. Yeah, that was as closest I got. Nearly it was. So I probably was closer to playing for Ireland than I was for England.
And last one, finally, Bristol Rovers coming to you at the weekend. They're fighting for their lives. Obviously, you want to finish high as much as you can. A team that is fighting for their lives on the final day to stay in the division. Is that always a harder sort of challenge than a team that's going for
Oh,
promotion?
it's always a difficult challenge. The honesty of Division One is there for everybody to see. So whoever you play, whether they're relegated or they're going for promotion or they're mid-table, it's going to be a difficult game. Can we sign off well, give a thank you to the supporters, and go from there?
Steve Bruce, an absolute pleasure, sir.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you.